Hi everybody, Graham here with the latest updates from We Share Abundance. We're a cloud nation. We're an emerging nation. We've been around about 4.5 years and putting in solid foundations to make sure that we last for generations. We are now in a position where we are expanding our economy, and that will help us improve the liquidity and value of our currency and benefit all our citizens. And anybody can become a citizen. You just come along and register. There's no fee, no obligation. Just prove you're a real person, and that's all there is to it. Once you become a citizen of We Share Abundance, you are treated equally as every other citizen that we have. We just classify everybody as a human being, part of one big family of humanity, regardless of their colour, class, creed, gender, or anything else. All we see is a human being, unique in every way, having something unique to offer our community, but part of one big family of humanity, and therefore of equal value to every other member. We have a little affirmation that helps us with that, which we call the non-separatist ideology. It's because we don't separate people and pigeonhole them because they're old or young or whatever. And we'll be getting started with that in a moment. But before that, we'll have a little prayer, and that is to help us find true happiness in life, not short-term pleasure that you get from buying the new house or paying your debts off or whatever else may be, but true happiness, that lasting inner joy that can't be destroyed. And you can't buy that. There are a lot of people with a lot of money and they're still searching for something. They don't know what it is and they don't know how to get it. The only way you can get it is through being of loving service to others. And the great thing about that is the more service you offer to the more people, the more everything that you want and need in life is attracted to you. You don't have to chase after it, whether it's a relationship, money, house, holidays, vacations, travel, whatever. It just happens for you. So that's what our little prayer's about. And we'll be getting started with that and that affirmation in a moment. But first, let's welcome you. Whether you are watching the replay or whether you're watching live now, we know that not everybody can make 7 p.m. London time, and that's why all of these are recorded and available in YouTube and Facebook. And we do have a number of people that are in here already, and they're letting us know where they're from, which is always nice. If you're here attending, it's great if you can just put something in the comments section saying where you're from. It's very interesting to see people from all over the world getting together and enjoying life, learning how to find true happiness in life. And we got Ramachandra in from Watford in England, and Don in from Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, Lewis from Lisbon in Portugal, Deborah from Southern Alabama, USA, Bozina from Edinburgh in Scotland, Norman from Doncaster in England, Kamiso from Kenya. Hi there. I think that's a new one. Lovely to see you. And we've got Tony from Sheffield in England. Okay. And I'm sure there'll be more people popping in. But it is a beautiful day here in England today. It is summertime, so it's nice to see a bit of summer weather where we get blue skies and sunshine and warm temperatures. We don't know how long they're going to last being England. It can be sunny in the morning and snowing in the afternoon. But there you go. We enjoy whatever weather it is because we're used to the changes. Right. So let's get started with that little prayer and then the affirmation. And then we will bring you up to date with what we've been doing today. But I just see Werner's in from South Africa as well. Dear Heavenly Father, we are so happy and grateful for you, and we ask that you bless the We Share Abundance community, that it may fill each member's heart with unconditional love, and that through that love bless each member that they find the joy of service, and through service, bless them that they attract true happiness and everything they want and need into their lives. Amen. And we have our little affirmation. And it goes like this, if I can remember it. We're so happy and grateful to be citizens of the United States of the world with God and truth as our leaders. Heavenly Father, may thy kingdom of peace come into our world as it is in heaven, and free us all from divisive inharmony, that we may become perfect citizens in body, mind and soul of thy world. Okay. Camiso says, I'm an old member of We Share Abundance, but usually watch the replay. Yeah, many people do, Camiso, but it's lovely to have you here. And we've also got Andrew in from New Zealand, Auckland, North Island. Right. Today we've continued checking the ShareHope functionality, and there are a couple of things that aren't working that should be. One of them is if you have funds in your ShareHope deposit account and you don't have an active subscription, or your subscription is due to end, it should automatically fund you and subscribe you. And I've done several tests, and despite the fact that I'm told it's working, it isn't. So I told them it isn't, and it's up to Rohit and Devyani to get together now to get it working. That's one of the things. Another of the things, I don't think it's displaying the correct power line numbers for paid members at this moment in time, but we will be getting that sorted out. I've mentioned that to Rohit, and but essentially everything is working right. You're getting paid right. The matrices are being built correctly. So it's fine points really, but we need to get them sorted out. Devyani has been working on the excuse me, KYC, and we've been doing various bits and pieces on that and testing. Okay, and I just got this message in from Devyani, and it says, finally, the KYC functionality is completed and tested properly. It's ready to upload. I want to test it on the live with my KYC immediately after uploading, but it's late here. I can't do it now. Testing will take time. So I'll upload it tomorrow and test it immediately. Once it all looks okay, I will ask Ali. Ali is the guy we're dealing with at the system we're using, to change it to production mode from tomorrow itself. Okay, so I said we'd have it up and running today, but we haven't. But it will be up and running tomorrow from what we've got here. That is going to be live tomorrow. However, I don't want you all to dash and do your KYC. I want it to be more of a thing that is, if a new member comes in, they will be directed there. They do have the opportunity to skip it if they don't want to do their KYC at that time. But they will be directed there. So it is going to be there mainly for new members. And what it'll do, they won't have to put in their address and all that information. When they do their KYC, they'll submit an official document and that document will be verified by the system as being a genuine official document in the name of the person. And it will be a photo ID. And then they'll have to take a selfie of themselves, and that will be compared to the photograph on the ID. And if it all matches, then it will automatically fill in the address and the country and everything else. So there will be no need for anybody to complete their address and profile. It'll all be done in a standard format from information fetched from the country where their ID is. And once it's done, then it's done, and it only takes a few minutes at the most. And then, as long as they log in half the available days, they'll be able to make withdrawals from their available cash wallet through the exchange and convert it into their own currency and go out and pay off their bills or do whatever they need to do with the funds. Now, you guys, what will happen is all your previous information is going to be removed because we want it all in the same format. And this is going to be important as we build our database and we have millions of members, which we will have in the not too distant future. We will be able to generate advertising revenue from major corporations, and they'll want to geo-target their advertising, and we will be able to give them that functionality because everything will be in that standardized format. So we'll know if people are from a particular country or a particular region in that country that the advertisers want to target, then we can do that. And by doing that, we'll get a better rate for the advertising that is or will be available to them through our website. Now, what will happen when we do get that, and we're looking in the future here, it's not going to happen this year. But of course, what will happen from that is people that are viewing the adverts will generate income. Now, you don't get an awful lot from these companies per view. So you're not going to make fortunes from it, but it is going to generate some income fairly simply, and it will also help with the liquidity of our currency as a community. So just to recap on that, it'll be loaded tomorrow. But if you're not withdrawing any money, don't worry about it. Don't worry about the fact that it doesn't say you're active. You can do everything else within our community. The only thing that'll prevent you from doing is withdrawing your funds. And when you want to withdraw your funds, you'll go there. And if you've not got your KYC, it'll just pop up and say you need to do your KYC, and it'll direct you there. And you can do it, and then your withdrawals will be all available to you. But as I say, although you can search for it and do it, I would prefer if you didn't, because we'd like to monitor it a little bit on a slower basis as people are coming in and just check how things are working. And we'll also, the way the system works is we pay in advance for credits for the system. Obviously, they're providing the system, and we have to pay them every time somebody submits a verification, and we pay them whether it goes through as approved or whether it fails. And initially, we're only starting with 500 credits because I want to see how the system works. And I want to make sure that we use 500 credits within a 30-day period, which I think we'll do pretty easily. And if we use 500 credits in 20 days, then we buy another lot of credits, and that goes for another 30 days and so on. if we don't use them within 30 days, we lose whatever's left over. So if we get into like 28 days and we've got 400 credits left, I'll be sending a message out to members to say, do your verifications. But I doubt whether that situation is going to arise. But we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see how things work. Just be content to know that if your status moves from active to inactive, or whatever we show it as, not active, I don't know. Don't worry about it. It's all part of the plan. Now, I will be messaging members tomorrow about the system and also regarding where we are with the shareholder plan, because so far I've not done that. But it'll be better coming as an update altogether regarding our systems. So I will be messaging tomorrow regarding that KYC and where we are with the shareholder plan. Now, today we also had meetings with people regarding emailing to see if we can get emails sent out to all the Powerline people. And it is possible, but it could be expensive, depending on how many emails go out. If you're sending 1 million emails a day, 30 million a month, it's going to cost probably about $3,000 a month just for the emailing system. So it's something we've got to look at and be aware of, because we can't afford $3,000 a month, I'll be quite honest with you. So we have to tailor our needs to our budget, and we'll be having a look at various things. But we had a good, successful meeting with people today, and we will be making some changes. I don't think they're things that you're going to see. You may see an improvement in speed in the website at some stage, but initially you won't see any difference, any change at all anywhere, because initially we'll be using, we'll be making changes in little small steps, checking it out and seeing how it works and everything else. But it is something we're moving forward with. We are pretty close to getting that shareholder finished with. If we can get these little items done, it shouldn't take more than a day, in my opinion, to get them sorted out and working. But it's getting Rohit and Devyani in the same room, so to speak, even though, it's a virtual room. And then they can work on them and get the things working. And once that's done, shareholder basically is out of the way. There are things that we'll be continuing to do and improve, particularly on the reporting side for you guys. But it'll all be working, and we can leave it alone pretty much, and get on to the 777 plan upgrades, which we will be doing. And they shouldn't take too long either. It's also a code that Devyani knows, because she built that code. The problem with the shareholder plan is it's been coded by somebody else, and Devyani works on it as well, and they have to sort of mesh their coding in together to make things work. So it's not a simple process, even though it was expedient. But once we get onto the 777, that is all Devyani's coding, and she knows it inside out, and it shouldn't take too long to make those upgrades. Once we do, I'll be refreshing people's mind about what's been going on there, and that will be the ShareHope and 777 plan out of the way, and then we'll move Devyani onto the mall, and I'll be working with third-party developers on the Fun Miracles site, on the games. And once we get part of the mall working and functioning, we'll let it go for a bit, and we'll be doing it in phases. But once we got the first phase up and working and running, we'll let it go, we'll leave it, and we'll check it for bugs and things, and we'll be able to move on to another project. And the first project that we'll be moving on to there will be moving the WISA tokens from the Waves exchange onto probably the same Binance Smart Chain, and getting those tokens with controlled liquidity and value, reactivating the Multiply WISA site. I mean, the site is active now, but it's only really effective currently as an advertising medium. It's a good one, but it doesn't really serve any purpose from an income point of view, because the tokens at the moment where they are worthless. So we've got quite a lot of work, and it's quite a complex process to do that, but we'll be able to get onto that as soon as we got phase one of the mall in place. We need the mall in place. Why? Well, various reasons. One, it is an integral part of the 777 plan. Two, it is an integral part of the ShareHope plan. Three, it will generate income for you, your sponsor, and We Share Abundance. And the income to We Share Abundance, as you all know, or you should do by now, goes out in member benefits. So how will it benefit members? Well, hopefully we'll have all our running expenses covered by the money that is generated. We are getting better with that, but a lot of it is reliance on third-party plans at the moment. We will have funds that will go into the pot, and if we build the pot big enough, there will be a facility for distribution of funds from the community basis from the ShareHope wallet. And that will benefit all our members, whether you're in the ShareHope plan as a paid member or as a free member. The paid members, of course, it will be in addition to the liquidity they're creating in their own little corner of our world. Their personal liquidity pool will generate them whatever the withdrawals are available through that. But it will be in addition to that, so it'll be an add-on to that. The people that aren't upgraded, paid members, will only get the community, and it's not going to be hundreds of dollars. Don't ever think that it is. Until we have absolute liquidity, which will come outside of our community, once we get the speculators understanding how valuable our tokens are, then you're not going to see massive amounts of withdrawals allowed from the ShareHope wallet from the community liquidity pool. We've got too many members, just to release $1 per member, we need nearly $50,000 in the pool. So it's a thing of scale, but it will be a start. And once we get to that point, we'll have a system in place where it will operate automatically on releasing funds based on the value of our liquidity pool, our community liquidity pool. So that's where we're heading. We're getting very close to all these aspects right now. So it's going to be a while before we're into the advertising side, and it's going to be a while before there's any significant income released from the ShareHope plan as a community project. The main release is going to come through your participation in the ShareHope plan as a paid member. It's only $2.50 a week, and you can treat it as something that you've got to commit to indefinitely. For some of you, very quickly you'll be in profit. For some of you, it could take several months. There is no way of forecasting it. It'll depend on too many variables. But if you commit to it, then that's fine. Just stick with it. It'll get you where you want to go. I can't tell you when, but it will get you there. The thing not to do is to say you committed to it and be thinking, I'll give it 2 or 3 months. And if it's not working in 2 or 3 months, I'm out. You're better off not getting in the first place if that's your attitude. Wait until you are prepared to really commit. And I gave a definition of commitment the other day in one of the lives. Commitment is doing the thing that you said you would do long after the mood in which you said it has passed. And if you think about where you've been in the past and you've said, yeah, I'm committed to this, and then the enthusiasm wanes and you find an excuse for not being committed. That's not commitment. That is setting yourself up for failure. You've got to be committed to get into the ShareHope plan. And once you're committed, whatever it takes, you get $2.50 a week paid into that plan. And it's paid $10 in advance for 4 weeks. If you get into that plan, no matter where you are in the power line, you jump above all the free members in that power line and they all become in your power line. That's one of the things that isn't reflecting properly at the moment in there, but that's one of the things I've been talking to Rohit about. So instead of, if you just join and maybe 2 people join after you, your power line's 2, you upgrade, boom. As soon as we run that matrix, your power line is then 40-odd thousand people instead of 2. But if you are not committed and you have this, I'll give it 2 or 3 months attitude, you're going to drop out. You're going to lose your matrix position. You'll never get that matrix position back, and you'll go back to the bottom of the power line. So it's very, very important that when you make your decision to join as a paid member in the ShareHope plan, you make it with true commitment based on that definition that I gave you. Okay, let's have a look. We've got a few more people in, I think. We had Andrew in. We've got Jason from Kaduna in Nigeria. We've got Syed, I think he's from Pakistan. Here we go. He's got a question, I think. Hi, Mr. Graham. How are you? Please answer my question. Don't remove you lost your community because of your bad decision. Please solve people issue. We trust you. I don't. How long you take. But we invest in Multiply Weezer. We invest in WeShare Abundance. Please start to give withdrawal. I think I've been covering that in what I've just been talking about, Syed. There would be nobody happier than me, and no matter how happy you would be, Syed, if we could say to everybody, okay, you can all have $100 a week or a month out of your ShareHope plan. But if we did that, you would have a ShareHope token of comparable value with the Weezer token. And you know what the Weezer token is currently worth. And it's going to take us a bit of a struggle and time. We're going to get onto that in the not too distant future to get that Weezer token up to even just a few dollars, $3 or $4, but we're going to do it. And that will reactivate the Multiply Visa plan, but it will have to be done in a controlled way. We can't, we just don't have the funds to say, okay, there's 20 million tokens on the Waves Exchange. We're going to make them all $5 a piece. That's $100 million. Now, if you can provide us with $100 million, we'll do it. But that's not realistic in our situation. We've got to do it bit by bit, and we will be doing it bit by bit. Okay, so there you go, Syed. Richard in from Devon in England. And we've got Syed again. You give us use hope, hold. Visa token in Waves Exchange, but in Waves Exchange we didn't see our tokens. The tokens are in there in Waves Exchange. Nobody's moved them out of Waves Exchange yet. Whatever you got are in Waves Exchange. So I don't know what you mean about them. You're not being able to see your tokens. You can see them, but you know what value they've got. They've got no value because we gave too many tokens out to people. My fault. I shouldn't have let you have them. And what everybody did was they all went onto the exchange to sell the tokens, and there were 20 million of them, and 20 million tokens, no buyers. The tokens are worth nothing. You can pick them up very, very cheap. I've picked up quite a lot. I've got well over 1 million. And I'm looking forward to the day when they will provide me with a significant income. As I say, there'd be nobody happier than me when that happens. Not because it's going to make me wealthy, because I don't really need, if we get them to $5 and I've got 1.5 million tokens or whatever it is, I can't remember how many now, but it's well over 1 million. That's $7 million. I don't need $7 million. I don't even need 1 million. So I would use most of it in some way, some charitable way anyway. Some of it would go into We Share Abundance, some of it would go elsewhere. What would bring me the happiness is the fact that we would be helping all our members that have put their trust and faith in us previously, and we are fulfilling the hope that should be burning in their hearts. Okay? And we got Peter in from Cameroon. And Andrew, after the 7/7 and Share Hope, will you be able to spend some time on the TCCs? Yes, indeed, Andrew. My involvement in things after these two programs are up and running will be mainly in the day-to-day running, the bookkeeping and all the horrible, nasty tasks that, they're not horrible, nasty tasks, I suppose, but they're not things that I particularly enjoy doing, but they are essential and they need doing on a daily basis, and they take up quite a bit of time. But they only take up about probably 5 or 6 or 7 hours a day, and that leaves me with an equal amount of time to invest in other things. And one of the things that I will be investing my time in, once we've got the Share Hope and the 777 plan working right, is we will be marketing those through lots of different sources, testing the results, but all the results will be going to the Cash Cow members. But the data from the results will be available to all our members. So if we get something that is performing really well, we'll be able to pass that information on to you. And if you choose to have a go at it, then, it'll be there, and it'll be a safer way of expanding. It's not going to guarantee things because, we might get leads for 20 cents that convert at 50%. So, you're getting 40%. 40 cents for a paid member. But even if we do, it doesn't guarantee that you will get that. Past performance doesn't guarantee future, but it gives you an indication, and you'll be able to say, okay, that has happened. I'm prepared to try it and test it, and never throw in a lot of money to any paid advertising. You put in a little bit, and if it works, you put in a bit more, and you get it into a stage where it's making a profit. You know, if you put in $100 in, you're getting $110 out. That's good business. Obviously, if you're getting more than that out, it's even better business. But as long as you've got it going in the right direction, you can keep affording to do it because you're making a profit all the time. And the information from our marketing tests will help you get into a situation where you can be making a profit. We got Kingsley in from Manchester, England. Sam in from Nigeria. Kamiso, any update concerning staking plans, sir? Staking plans, not really. I'll tell you where they are. They are paused. I think that they still show accumulation of income because I've not bothered to get that all switched off and done because I just didn't want to take the time to do it. The people that have been participating have all been informed that what we will do is we will make sure that you all get at least double your money back from those two plans. I can't tell you when. I'm hoping that we'll be able to get it all sorted out within the next few months. I'd like to feel that we are out of debt, if you like, in all those major areas by the end of this year. Now, it won't mean that we've been able to make sure that everybody that has put in $100, for example, into the pools is in profit, but we'll be working in the right direction for that as well. But our main priorities are to get things like the staking plan covered and people getting their money back there. There's still interest to pay on some people that made loans to us. They've got their capital back. There is the next priority really after that and the staking is to get people that have bought nest eggs able to sell off some of their ShareHub tokens if they choose to cover certainly the amount that they put in to the nest egg purchases, ideally with a little bit of extra, but as long as they get their money back, then that is their first major goal. Once we've got everybody with their money back, then we can look at how we can help people in increasing the amount that they are able to pull out of the system and generate a profit on everything that they've always put into We Share Abundance. So thanks for your question, Kamiso. It's something I've not covered for a while in the live updates, but it is important and it is one of our top priorities, believe me. Tony says, would you give a brief overview of how 777 will work once the tweaks have been made? Thanks. Or are the changes still undecided? The main change, Tony, is that the pass-ups in level 1, once you get past 8 or whatever it is, I can't remember the number. I think it's from 8 onwards. The pass-ups that you get will be recycled into your downline into your network in that phase to help them move through the system quickly. So it'll be creating a spillover effect from those pass-ups, rather than it just creating an assisted entry. At the moment, after 8 or whatever it is, all those positions don't pay you a commission. It goes into the bank. Of course, the $5 goes into the bank and it comes out because it pays in that person into the position. But so we're going to be losing a little bit, if you like. We're going to be creating a bit more of a debt within the system. But we have been looking at how we can fund that and how moving people through the system faster through that spillover situation will help move people into higher funding situations as we go along. That is the main change. There are one or two other little things which we may implement at the same time. They're not going to be things that you will notice a great deal. That's going to be the main change. We have had a lot of people asking us to drop the minimum paid entry back down to $5, and that is something we are considering doing, but it's not been fully decided yet because it does affect the balance of things. However, the $35 level has reduced the number of paid entries that are coming in that way. So there are lots of pros and cons, and until we actually get onto it and I have a look at it again, based on the numbers that we've been doing and various other things, then I can't really give you more information than that at this moment in time, Tony. But the main change is that spillover situation, because that will encourage the people that don't recruit for whatever reason. People that don't refer others, there are lots of reasons. You can call them reasons, you can call them excuses for why they don't. But it doesn't matter, because there are either people that do or people that don't. The people that don't, we have to encourage to do something, and we can only do that if we build up the cash in their account to a point where they will want to make the effort to release that cash. And that'll be assisted by moving them through the levels quicker. It'll also, as they go through the levels faster, create greater assisted entry payments into our bank for those assisted entries. That's pretty much all the information I can give you on it at the moment. My thought was that if we could PIF level 1 and ask them to pay into level 2 in return for me helping them. Yeah, I mean, there's lots of things that that people do individually once they get set up. You know, the top recruiters put in systems and all sorts of things, offer bonuses, and you know, you join my team and you get all these bonuses, and I'm going to throw them in, and you've seen the thing, and It's up to the individuals to do that, but we want to make the system so good that anybody can refer people and get them upgrading. Not easy, but nothing's impossible. We'll get it done. Okay. So there we go. Numbers. We've had some staggering numbers on the 777 plan for the past few days. And so it came as quite a shock when I took the numbers out today, because the 777 plan is only up by 4 in the last 24 hours. And we've been like in the 80s and 90s and, hundreds. And I think the lowest, been in the 40s, 41, 42, 43. And in the last 24 hours, it's 4. Let's hope that there's a significant increase tomorrow. But it is now at 20,615. Is that, can I read my writing better? I don't think that's the right number. 20,000, not 20,015, not 20,615. 20,015. Similarly, the ShareHope plan, now we are getting 1 or 2 people upgrading. We really need to get those messages going out to people when somebody in the power line upgrades, to create that urgency for them to capture those people in their downline. We've had 3 in the last 24 hours, and it's gone up to 403 members, paid members in the ShareHope plan. The registered members, about the same actually as we've been doing, which is also a bit odd really, because we've had 46 new members registered to 46,183. Well, I'm not sure where they've gone, because we've only got that 4 increase in the 777 plan and 3 in the ShareHope plan. Anyway, we'll see what it's like tomorrow. The active member count is not relevant now, because we're putting in this new system, and it really is just about the people that have available balances in their available cash wallet. I'm wondering if I've still got that spreadsheet here. Just let me see. Yeah, we've got 4,229 people that have positive balance in their available cash wallet. So all of those people could make withdrawals, although some of them probably have small balance that's not worth withdrawing because there's a $2 withdrawal fee. But really, there's no need for more than 4,000 people to be active members, because if you can't withdraw anything, there's no purpose in you being an active member. That's all that you need that KYC for. But I'm hoping that the new members will get it into a situation where new members coming in will be presented with it, and they'll go through the process, and they're all set up and ready, and it will complete their profile and everything, and that will be the ideal situation. So there we go. Multiply Visa, no change in the membership base there, but we do have some money from logging in from the revenue share. We went up by $1 to $10,497 and 30 something cents. I can't read my writing. So it's what, about 60 cents, I think we got just from logging in. Okay. Any more questions, folks? We've done the numbers. We've given you the updates, I think, and a pretty comprehensive overview of where we are. Lots of things going on. By the end of this year, I think you'll have seen quite a big change in where we were at the end of last year and the end of this year. Be a lot of progress made in a lot of areas, and just keep doing basic things, sharing love and abundance, explaining to people about these two plans, particularly the 777 and the Share Hope plan. But don't, even though the Share Hope plan, you make a quick $5 for a $10 commission. That's for a $10 purchase. You make $5. But don't go for the $5. The $5 is nice and it'll help you. But you don't want $5 from somebody that's going to be in this, for 4 weeks and then drop out. So explain about the commitment that's needed. Explain that we're not here today and gone tomorrow like nearly all the other plans that are out there. Explain that we are here for generations, and it's about building that wealth and that income stream over a period of time. Explain to them that it is like building a pension plan. It could take quite a while if they're totally passive. But if they're active, they can bring that plan time span, that length down dramatically. I can tell you now that there will be people that will join us at some stage that will be making over $20,000 a month within 3 months from the Share Hope plan. It will happen. I can't tell you when, I can't tell you who, but there will be people that do it. It's not that difficult to do, but you have to be motivated to do it. You have to really want to do it, and it has to be something that you're happy doing. If you're not happy doing what you're doing, do something else. Okay, so there you go. We're done for the day. There's no more questions come in. So get out there, share love and abundance, be of loving service to others, create happiness in other people's lives. It'll bring it into your own life. And really, that's what life's about, being happy and avoiding pain. God bless. I'll see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place, 7 p.m. London time, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook. Until then, I'll see you later, alligator, in a wild crocodile. See you later, alligator. Always wear a smile. See you later, alligator. Go the extra mile. See you later, alligator. Yeah.